all you fine folks out there, and welcome to the Side Order. I'm your host for today, Odinson, and today we are bringing you Idle Colony. Idle Colony is an interesting little game where you hire completely idiotic little men to pick fruit off of trees and hurl them into this rock walk. It's one of those great games where if you like watching numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger, this is the game for you. Thank you for joining us today, and since you're already here, hey, why not give us a like and subscribe? We'd love to have you around, and here at the Side Order, you are always going to have a seat at the table. So please, comment, like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Alright, let's get into it. Now, the object of this game, as I said, is to buy houses here with little men in them. First of all, let's water our trees so that they grow. Now, you don't always have to do this. Eventually, when you start getting upgrades, the trees will upgrade themselves. So we'll just get those up. And over here is all of your upgrades. All of your upgrades, which help you with producing more people for gathering. Gives you your houses, your carrying, your move speed, how far they'll throw it. Move speed is important, it helps them go back and forth quick. And of course, throwing, the further away they throw it, the farther it'll fly, the more pieces of fruit that it will touch. And if two pieces of fruit that are the same touch, they will combine into a higher tier fruit. The object, of course, is to make as much money as possible and get all the way to the golden banana. So, with that being said, let's start getting some updates going and start getting this going. The way I like to do this is get them all, sort them by price, and just always buy what's cheapest. See, now I got some idiots. They're going to start throwing out fruit for me. As I make the fruits, house, more houses, more fruit tier. Base yield is how much they actually produce on the tree when it first grows. Another house. Fruit tier is how good they are, in terms of what level the fruit is on the base tree. Some more fruit, more base yield, more fruit tier, more house. Mole. Occasionally a mole pop out of the ground. You can click on him, hit him with a hammer, and he's worth money. Eventually you can also automate that. Flowers. You will see if I get in here and close these little things, if you touch them a certain amount of times like that, they pop up into flowers and you get a little bit of money. Flowers multiplies that. Let's just keep unloading into the... There we go, first level 2 house, that gets us 10 of these little idiot colonies. So, we'll just keep upgrading and upgrading and upgrading, and the more we upgrade, the further we get, the more of these colonists will be, the more fruit they'll chuck, and the more money we'll make. Let's water those trees. Hey, yeah, let's get the trees. Go. That. Oh, well, see, bonk him and boom, money. But this is one of those great, idle kind of games where you play it in the background while you're watching something else. Nice and relaxing. It's pretty amusing. I like, if you like these kind of games, I think you're definitely going to like this one. I like them on in the background sometimes while I'm, watching some videos or something else. Want to distract myself maybe with something else as well. This is usually, something along this lines of what I'll do. This has been my kick lately. This game is only out in demo right now. It hasn't been out in full release. However, the demo is definitely worth checking out. Hence why I'm here showing it to you here today. So you can see occasionally you get a little pop-up telling you my fruit tier is increased, and that is telling me that I am now getting white strawberries occasionally. Yeah, I got one, it's right there, you can see it. Also, you notice those little cubes are dropping, that's quote-unquote fertilizer that your villagers produce. You can get an auto-fertilize. Here it is right there. And when you get that, the new trees will fertilize themselves automatically, which will of course up their production greatly. So that's worth doing once we get there. Now I have played this a bit already to try to get this part moving along a little faster so that you're not, everybody's not sitting there staring at this for hours or whatever. You don't want to be really watching this forever. I wanted to give you a taste of what the game's like and then a taste of what the game's like later on. But it can really get out of hand and pretty quick. Get out of hand really quick. Your villagers, something to note, they're really dumb and they'll follow your mouse cursor. So try to keep your mouse cursor away from them and they'll just decide to follow it around. It won't get any work done. However, if you notice a worker who seems kind of lost, like they don't know what they're doing or whatever, you can direct them with your cursor. So that's at least good, but you do have to watch where you're sticking your cursor. Also, as your trees get more advanced, they'll move further and further away from the walk. Also, as your throw goes up, they'll stop getting closer. And that's good. The farther, as I said, the farther they throw it, the more of them throwing it, the more likely the fruits collide in the air and turn into something even better. See, now we got golden strawberry. We're almost to onion. That's not a fruit. Or is that a pomegranate? I'm going to say that's a pomegranate. Looks more like an onion, but I think that's supposed to be a pomegranate. It's supposed to be a pomegranate. It doesn't really look like one, does it? No, it does not. See, I fertilized that tree and made it a little better. That will increase my money per minute, which is, I guess what your overall goal is here. You want your money to go up as much as possible. Don't forget about your flowers. I was forgetting about them on my first couple of playthroughs, and I got to admit that that was a mistake. Flowers actually get you good money, and should not be ignored. Don't ignore your flowers. Your mole you can ignore once you got the auto hit. It will usually take care of it. Also, carrying is important. They'll only carry even numbers of fruits. As is good, because when they pick up those even numbers, they'll combine in their inventory. So every time you get to an even number of fruit, that's a great thing. That means that you are going to get more quality fruit and more money as a result. Path speed, you can make paths. I can actually show you that. Oh, I don't have the ability to do it yet. Oh yes I do. So here we go, make a path. Oh, now they'll actually walk faster along where I've made the path. See, make a path again, break to that tree, and they'll move faster along wherever I put paths. Which again, gets you more money, gets everything moving. Though I personally find getting more houses is almost always a good way to go, is almost always a preferred thing to do if you can. Because the more people you have harvesting these trees, the faster they'll harvest, the more money you need. You have to zoom out a little and start to get a little ahead. Yes, very, very good. As you can see, it gets more and more fruit going, more and more money pouring in. And we just keep going up like this, over and over and over again, keep getting more and more fruit, better trees, better paths, better fertilizing, and eventually it turns this to this. As you can see, the amount of fruit we are having now is incredibly more. It is just pouring out of there. Our yields are costing billions. You can see our little people are moving about frantically. Let's get a little closer look at them. They are going in there like crazy, tossing that fruit, and look at the tidal wave of fruit we have. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger the higher we go. It took me about 2 hours of break time in between here to get back to about this point. And if I was to continue to play for about another hour, I think I would hit the point where I am producing bananas into the wok. As you can also see, the wok itself is much bigger. My flowers are worth a whole bunch more. My bowl is appearing much greater frequency. See if I get these flowers like that. I get actually a pretty good little bit of money. So it's definitely worth doing. I mean, if I create a path, path all the way to there. There we go. Do that. I've got nice fertilizer blocks going on here. My auto fertilizer is getting me on average cherry trees. First stage of cherry trees, which is not too bad. It's making me a lot of money. Apparently, I did the feedback on the questionnaire for this. And apparently the actual game, when it arrives, will be somewhere in the neighborhood of twice as long. This is about half of the game here in this demo. The demo is, of course, absolutely free, like all demos are, so I suggest you give it a go, show the devs some support. Seems like it's just one guy making this, and I think he's done a hell of a good job, especially if you like this kind of game, which I myself do. So, you like watching numbers get bigger, go up, things get more and more extreme as they go, you're definitely gonna like this game. And I will definitely come back with a second part to it when the whole game releases. I look forward to that. I've got the demo on here. I'm going to keep it on here and keep grinding at it because I find it to be fun. As I said earlier in the video, it's a nice little distraction to have on while I'm watching other videos about other things. Currently, I've been watching a lot of videos about magic because if you've been paying attention to my series, I've been trying to get back into that game recently. And I probably will be doing some more magic here on the channel, probably within the next couple of days, I would say, so maybe keep an eye out for that. But yeah, as you can see, things get quite extreme. I mean, if we go all the way down, maybe go all the way down, this is where we were when I left in the last video. This tier right here. We had gotten to, at maximum, white strawberries at tier 9. Now we are all the way up here in tier 30. Bam! So yeah, it's quite a good progression in this game. It's quite a lot of fun. There is ways to keep yourself more active. I can cut trees down by tapping on them. That's an interesting feature. If I had a tree I was willing to cut down, I'd show you. See, I can tap the tree like this. Well, and that also causes it to grow to harvest at a faster rate. Sorry, you can't cut it down, I do believe, with the left click. Or C to chop down. Okay. As I said, if there's a tree that it really isn't making you a lot of money and you really want your guys off of it, you can cut it down. That'll take care of that whole problem for you. But as you can see, things get pretty out of hand with the fruit pretty quick. And that's what I wanted to show you here today. So hey, thanks for joining me here in this insanity. And please remember to like and subscribe. As I always say, you'll always have a seat at the table here at the side. And always remember to check in every day. You never know what we're gonna play. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time.